You might have thought that this was a cryptocurrency, but no, this is the Japanese yen, and we're going to be talking about how this could be affecting Jasmy. I came across some pretty good alpha Twitter posts that explains it all, and I want to get into this, guys. So make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneur inside the algorithms. Now, speaking of Jasmy, first let's go over what's going on with Jasmy because we did break our important line of structure. When I say support was at 2.5 pennies, we broke that, right? This is the third time that we've done it. Both times we were able to get back in. So no, in my opinion, no need to panic or anything of that sort. I have full confidence by the end of the month, since we do not have a FOMC meeting, we should be able to get back in this box if the market doesn't continue to sell off, or if we don't get any other bearish news like that we're in a full-blown recession, because that's basically what's causing a lot of this FUD, right? The fact that we could potentially be in a recession, the fact that Kamala is heating up on her campaign. The market, I guess, the market doesn't like that. I don't know. It's not my opinion. But again, these are some of the things that we're going through. Hopium here is that Mt. Gox is finally running out of Bitcoin to sell, and so is a grayscale of Ethereum. So we should be out of the clear with that, and we could potentially get a Fed cut in the upcoming FOMC meeting. Doesn't mean that the market is going to pump. Now, Jasmy is sitting here at 2.3, right? And it's very important that we do get back above 2.5 pennies, because that would put us back in our zone where we can confirm our bull flag. We want to stay above 2.5 pennies to confirm that we could possibly get the bull flag that we seen maybe 2 or 3 months ago, right? We're going for this same pattern here, break to the upside, same pattern here, break to the upside. But right now, we are not in that area. In fact, you can see on the 3-day, RSI is coming down, stock RSI is looking to come down. MACD is also bearish and picking up strength. So Jasmy is down 26% on the 7-day, and it's no longer bringing in $1 billion worth of volume, right? In fact, most of this volume right now is selling pressure, okay? Now, I don't want to talk about, per se, Jasmy from a utility standpoint, because I don't want to make the video too long, but I do want to focus on what's happening with the Japanese yen and why it could affect the market, and what could happen, right, if this continues, right? So this was a great post here by Cassandra. She pretty much broke it down in a way that we all can understand it. So let's go over this, guys, so we can have an idea of why this is really, really hurting the market. If you are familiar with these terms, in the comments, please let me know. Like I said, I'm not a macro expert. I am learning along the way with this macro stuff, just as you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, so Japan as linchpin, right? Make sure I'm recording. Okay, cool. Yen carry trade. Japan has been offering very low interest rates for a long time. Investors borrow money in Japan at these low rates and invest it in other countries where they can get higher returns. This is known as the yen carry trade. Inflation in interest rates. Recently, Japan has been facing inflation, which means the prices of goods and services are going up. To combat inflation, the Bank of Japan, BOJ, might decide to raise interest rates, which they did, right? The first time in 30 years, as we can pretty much verify here from Rand's post, Crypto Banter. So that's interesting. If the Bank of Japan, right, raises interest rates, it becomes more expensive for investors to borrow money in Japan. This could lead to a situation where investors start selling their investments in other countries to pay back their loans, right? And what is the biggest cryptocurrency in Japan? Jasmy. So that's probably why you're seeing a lot of this sell off, and you're seeing it also in the stock market and also throughout the entire cryptocurrency space, right? Because apparently the yen plays a big part on it's like a domino, right? One domino drops and you start to see a whole bunch of dominoes right here, and this is how it happens, right? It says how this collapsed the market. When investors start selling their investments to pay back their loans, it can cause a short squeeze. This means that the value of the yen starts to rise quickly because there's a sudden demand for it. The sudden selling of investments can lead to a global margin call. This is like a chain reaction where one investor selling causes others to sell, leading to a widespread sell-off in the markets. people are looking right now for flight to safety, right? So assets that are a hedge against inflation, i.e. gold or even Bitcoin, right? It says in the times of market uncertainty, investors often move their money into safer assets like the U.S. Treasuries, gold, and the U.S. dollar. I would put Bitcoin in there as well. This can cause these assets to rise in value while the riskier assets like stocks fall. You can actually start to see the Bitcoin dominance here rising upon the news, right? So the Bitcoin dominance just skyrocketed, right? On the stock side on the weekly, just skyrocketed. Because I would expect Bitcoin to kind of like find its footing here. Maybe not altcoins or ETH. I want to make that clear. But Bitcoin, I do expect to find on footing as people look to find a safe haven. The sell off in markets can have a ripple effect on the global economy. Companies may struggle to raise capital, consumer confidence may drop, and economic growth could slow down. Now, all of this is happening in the midst of Mt. Gox, grayscale, the presidential campaign, jobs report, CPI, inflation, and even time capitulation, which means people just are so strong on bull run, bull run, bull run. If no bull run is going to happen, I'm selling this stuff and I'm going to enjoy my summer. It is the summer, so you got to expect some people to be like, I don't feel like dealing with the market. It is summertime. So this is what's happening right now with the market and specifically Japan. And this is why I would keep my eye on Jasmy, right? If you're a person that maybe you bought in at 203 and you say, hey, let me take my initial investment out. Not a bad idea right now. Not financial advice, but not a bad idea if you want to take your initials out and just leave your moon bag. If you're bullish on which Jasmy is, what's to come from Jasmy for the future, which we know what AI is going to be, and technically, you can say that we're still bullish on the trend line, then hey, maybe you ride this thing out. I can't tell anybody specifically what to do. You have to make your own decision. I don't think that Jasmy is as volatile as some of these lower market cap coins, but you can't ignore what's happening in Japan because this is unprecedented, right? This is something that's never happened, right? For 30 years, Japan has had 0% interest on their currency. So this has never happened, right? So if the Japanese yen starts to crank up, right, go back up, this could be bearish for risk on assets, specifically Japan-based companies, right? So just keep that in mind. I don't think Jasmy is going anywhere. I don't think like it's gonna crash or anything of that sort. Of course, we never know in crypto, so you always gotta have an open mind, but you also have to do what's best for you. Okay, this is not a buy Jasmy or sell Jasmy. This is just an update on what's happening in the market and how it can specifically affect Jasmy, being that Jasmy is an official Japan company. All right, so this is not fear, this is just real shit, and hopefully you guys can appreciate these type of videos as well. But let me know what your plan and strategy is inside the comments. How do you think this affects Jasmy from a price action standpoint? I would love to know everybody's opinion. We need to get 300 likes on these videos. I appreciate everybody for showing up, watching. I'll continue guys to update you on it, Jasmy, and what I'm seeing in the Japan market. It's your boy Crypto, and I want to make this clear before I actually go, right? Kale made a good point, right? This basically happened in 2022. So if you don't remember, like Japan economy was crashing, the real estate. Something happened with the real estate. I remember this because I was in the market. Something happened with the real estate market in Japan, right? And they was talking about this huge crash was going to happen. And then what happened? Japan turned on the money printer and they started they started putting liquidity in the economy, so to help that real estate market. So again, he's comparing it to 2022. He says this is only almost an identical situation, and he expects Japan, excuse me, to intervene and pump the yen soon. Guys, let me know what you think. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you the next one.